So you just watched the video on the notes, so I'm just going to do some practice ones now for you. So here's a right triangle. The base is 5, the height is 8. I know that because they make a 90-degree angle. So you're just going to do base times height and divide it by 2. So here's the formula. Another way of writing it is half of the base times the height. That means you're going to multiply your base times your height and cut it in half, which means divide it by 2. So they're just filling in the base and the height with the numbers. The base is 5, the height is 8. Multiply 5 times 8, you get 40. Cut 40 in half, which just means divide it by 2. And you get 20, and then you have to label it correctly, 20 inches squared, or 20 squared. They wrote it out in words. You would put an exponent of 2 over it. So I'm going to give you a couple to try. So I want you to pause the video and try both of these. So it's base times height, divide it by 2, and label it correctly. So pause and try these two. This is another example of where you don't have a right triangle. So just like in class that we did with the triangles that weren't right triangles, you just kind of extend it a little bit, and then you can draw your vertical height so that it still makes a 90-degree angle. So your base is still 12, and now we have a height of 9. So pause and try this one. It's the same exact thing. Multiply base times height, divide it by 2, and do the correct label. So pause and try that one. So this one's a little bit trickier. So it says the base and the height of the red butterfly are 2 times greater than the base and height of the blue butterfly wing. How many times greater is the area? So this is kind of like a multi-step problem. So we know that the base of the wing of the blue butterfly is 2. So therefore, if they're saying it's 2 times greater on the red butterfly, well, if that's 2, 2 times 2 is 4. So that means the base of the butterfly wing for the red one is going to be 4 because it says it's 2 times greater. Same thing with the height. So if the height of the blue butterfly's wing is 1, and the red butterfly wing is twice that, 1 times 2 is 2. So now we're going to find the 2 areas of the butterfly wings. So base times height divided by 2. So for the blue one, it's going to be 2 times 1, which is 2, divided by 2, because it's base times height divided by 2. So that's going to give us that the area of the wing on the blue butterfly is 1. Now you do the same thing for the red butterfly. So base times height, 4 times 2 is 8. And then divide it by 2 because that's the formula, base times height divided by 2. So I'm going to divide that by 2, and I get 4. So now I have the area of the blue butterfly is 1 centimeter squared. The area of the red butterfly wing is 4 centimeters squared. So it says how many times greater is the area of the red wing than the area of the blue wing. That how many times greater means you do the opposite of multiplying, which is dividing. So that would just be 4 divided by 1, which would be 4. So that had kind of a multi-step thing. First you had to double these to get the correct dimensions, then you had to find the area of both of them, and then you had to divide the 2 areas. So there was kind of a lot for that one. So let me give you one of these to try. It's best if you draw a picture to help you out. So for this one, same thing. I would start off by drawing 2 triangles. So I would draw a triangle here, and it says it has a base of 2 and a height of 3. So base of 2, height of 3. Then draw your other triangle, and now it's saying that this base in height are 4 times what these are. So multiply these both by 4 to figure out your new base and your new height. Figure out the area of both of them, and then you're going to divide them to see how many times greater one of them is from the other. So I want you to finish this one on your own, so pause it and try that.